a challenge if you're doing all that you can, but nothing seems to happen, or you seem not to be making any progress. What happens, and why is it that this happens? You wake up early in the morning. If you're looking for jobs, you send application. You're always online on this site looking for maybe opportunity. You apply for these jobs, you wake up early, you read books, but nothing really seems to happen. If you're running a business, you're doing everything right, but still nothing seems to happen. You'll find that most people will lose hope when they get to this, because they'll be saying that we are doing all that we can, but really we are not seeing progress. So what is the essence of doing maybe that if there's no progress that they're seeing? But you can still remain motivated, you can still remain objective when it comes to achieving your goals. So in most cases, you'll find that when you hit the rock bottom, you'll tend to whine a lot and look at things that are not happening, forgetting the small steps that are happening, or forgetting the small wins that you encounter along the way. I'm here to tell you that everything is possible. What it takes time, because there's a cliche that Rome was not built in a day. The challenge that we have is that when we do something for a week, a month, a few months, and it doesn't give us the results that we want, we tend to regress and find people within that particular community who are experiencing the same thing, so that at least we can lament and find reasons on how we can maybe abandon what we are doing. I was there, and it's something I've experienced, not once, not twice, but it's something that keeps on repeating. In your life, it will come a moment that you feel stagnated, you feel so stuck, and nothing seems to happen, but still you need to keep on going. The number one reason as to why you need to keep on going, because you need to get motivated. So how do you keep going? How do you motivate yourself to keep going even though nothing seems to happen? Number one, reflect on your goals. When I talk about reflecting on your goals, what I mean is, why did you decide to do what you're doing in the first place? Was it your situation? Was it something you wanted to achieve? Was it a good life? Was it well? And if that reason, ask yourself, if I stop doing what I'm doing today, will I be able to achieve this? That should be motivation enough to help you achieve that particular goal. Number two, if you want to achieve big goals at a time, what I can tell you is, you cannot get to your destination by just walking one step. You have to do small steps for you to get where you want to be. So point number two is, break your goals down. The big goals, break them down. Like you're into daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, yearly goals. So ensure you become consistent to meet the kind of goals that you want to achieve. Let's say, for example, you've assigned yourself tasks. Instead of making millions, or instead of clearing your debt, start with a small debt. Bit by bit, they pile up, and you realize that when you look back to what you did maybe last week or the previous month, you will see some kind of progressive change. And embrace the importance of compounding effect. When we talk about compounding effect, is doing things bit by bit, and then don't forget to celebrate the small wins that you have. What happens again is, when we are down, instead of looking for people who are motivated, we look for people who are down. And when I talk about people who are down, is people who are going through the same situation, so that at least we can feel some kind of consonance as listening to the people who are going through the problems that we have. But you can change your perspective. So instead of spending time with people who are going through the same thing, get people who are positive-minded, people who are doing good in life, and let them give you the kind of advice on how they overcame the challenges that they were going through, so that it can help you shift your mindset a bit. Then number 4 is seek support. When I talk about seeking support, don't just be somebody who keeps on whining. Get to interact with people who are doing good, get to sit with the motivational, get to read books, get to see the inspirational stuff from people who have made it, so that at least they can also help you change your mindset or shift your mindset to where you want to be. The next point is you need to evaluate your goals. What is working? What have you done to achieve this goal? Because they say it's only a fool who does the same thing over and over, expecting different results. So you need to reevaluate. What do I need to change for this to work? Because the only person who is responsible for changing your life is you. So once that is done, practice self-care. And when you talk about self-care, ensure that you are having enough sleep, ensure that you are exercising well enough, ensure that you are eating the nourished or nutritious foods, ensure that your mental health and physical health is in a good state to help propel you to where you want to be. But still, have it in mind that progress takes time, and if you want change is something which is consecutive, like it happens in maybe in a long process. So be willing and know that when you go through these challenges, that is just preparing you to the next good thing. So how do you improve your life, or how do you make yourself maybe achieve the desired goals that you want to go? There are some habits that you need to incubate in yourself to help you prosper and to help you maybe have a successful life. Which are these habits? Number 1 is goal setting. When we talk about goal setting, yes, some of us only set goals at the beginning of the year, but once we get to the second month or once we get to the second quarter of the year, we tend to forget the goals that we wanted to achieve. So we move with the waves. Whatever we'll achieve this year, let it be. If we don't achieve, that is well and good. So you keep on, I want to achieve this, I want to achieve this, I want to achieve this. But because you didn't write it down, it is very difficult for you to achieve something that you've not manifested. Number 2 is time management. Prioritize. What do you want to invest your time on, and how can you utilize your time to help you achieve this particular goals? Time management is one key factor leading to a successful life that you want to achieve. So what time do you wake up? What do you do when you wake up? How much time do you spend on your maybe social platforms? How much time do you read new books? Compare the two, and you'll realize that it is so easy to spend hours and hours maybe browsing on TikTok or on Facebook, but it's very difficult to spend that specific hours maybe reading a copy of a book. So you need to know, how do you utilize your time? Sometimes just do an analysis on how you spend your day. Since you woke up in the morning, what did you do? During the day, what did you do? How long did you spend on your phone? How long did you maybe spend reading a book? Once you know how to utilize your time, it will be easier for you to have a successful life. There's no wisdom, there's no way to improve in life if these people are not your friends, because all the wisdom we found within books, within podcasts, or within written content online. Just develop that continuous learning process and cultivate it in yourself, and have that hunger of wanting to acquire new knowledge. So this new knowledge can be found in several places. Number 1 are books. Number 2, you can watch YouTube. Number 3, you can read blog posts. Number 4, you can read reports. But just develop that learning culture within you. Then you cannot have a perfect life if you are not living healthy. When I talk about living healthy, what you are eating, what you are consuming, because what you consume is what your subconscious mind regenerates. So you feel the desire, you feel the addiction to consume. So if you are consuming maybe knowledge from the books, you'll find that your subconscious mind will always be in need of new knowledge, which will subject you to reading more books, watching more videos, and the more you do that, the more you will improve your life. Positive thinking. I know people ask me, how do we remain positive when life seems to be deteriorating? You can still think positive. Ask yourself, if you think negative, what will that change? Do you have an option to be positive in your thinking? And when you talk about positive thinking, just be appreciative of the little that you have. Let's say, for example, you have somewhere to eat, you have something to buy, you have parents to call, you have friends that you can count on, you have your life like in a perfect sense. You'll find that in most cases, when we go through a small challenge in life, we tend to magnify it in such a way that we want to make a whole deal out of it and still get to forget. Sometimes you need to ask yourself, yes, you don't have a job, but you have a house. Can you just be appreciative of that? What of that person maybe who is sleeping on the street, that person who has nothing to eat, that person who is ailing and unable to treat yourself? Then persistence is key. Whenever something is not working, you can only change your models of how to do whatever you're doing so that you become persistent. They say it takes 22 days to develop a habit and 90 days to get accustomed to that habit. So you need to be persistent. Change does not just come in a flash like that. It's something that takes process. And through persistency, the persistency will help you maybe enhance your life, it will help you improve your life, and through the perseverance, you'll find that you'll get to learn a lot of things along the way. Networking is key when you want to be successful in life. And when you talk about networking, spend time with people who are doing what you're doing, spend time with people who have succeeded, spend time with people who can maybe challenge you, who can make you do things or see things in a different perspective. So networking is key if you want to have a successful life as a person. Then finally is another thing you need to do is on how to manage your finances, because poor financial management is the root cause of having a dilapidated life. How friends are you with the mobile lending apps? How do you manage your money? Do you get something to save? Do you do a budget? Or the moment you get your money, you keep on scattering money here and there? Then if you can avoid debt by all means, so that you live within your means and be in a position whereby you can manage your finances, because debt will subject you to what you call a rat race. And when I talk about rat race in this perspective, what I mean is you'll just be working to pay your debt. The more you pay, the more you borrow, and the more you get to pay. You get to a point when you get overwhelmed. So if you want, the number one thing I can tell you, if you want to succeed in life, know how to manage the little that you have. Once you've known how to manage the little that you have, when a lot is given to you, you'll know how to manage it. So every one of us, we have the capabilities to become successful in what we want to do. Let us just have a successful people's habit and let us follow what they want. I was once a nobody, but at least right now, my name is being mentioned across the borders, across the continent, because I made that decision that I wanted to change my life. If I was able to change my life from nothing, and then I built myself up to a renowned CEO, to a renowned speaker, and to a renowned coach, you can also do the same. Just reevaluate your habits and see what you can change, see what you can drop, and see what you can make different to make your life change. Thank you so much for watching this podcast. We are looking forward to seeing you in the next podcast. Remember to subscribe, remember to hit the notification button, and please feel free to share if you find this information useful, and leave us a comment. Thank you so much, and let's meet in the next episode. Cheers.